off, I'd just like to thank Paul for inviting me to give this talk, and thanks also to Frank for helping me with the technical setup for this, challenging long distance approach. But I hope that all the words come through all right and that you can see my slides fine. So I wanted to give a little introduction to who I am. I'm from a small company based in Durham, North Carolina. We're just reaching the tail end of Hurricane Irma right now, so hopefully there's no glitches. So we're called Research Square, and the main, and I would say by far the largest arm of our business is a very successful language editing company known as AJE, or American Journal Experts. And I manage a small team of very talented individuals in a little video production division portion of the company. So I'm going to give you all a very quick tour of the history of our product and where we've taken it since we started this a couple of years ago. So just to begin with the purpose, we started with this problem that researchers are increasingly facing, the big heap of research. Something around 2.5 million papers are published each year now, and over about 28,000 academic journals globally. So any research that isn't, overtly sexy and doesn't challenge some long-held paradigm or isn't published in a top journal is essentially just swallowed up in this heap. So at the same time, the growing number of journals and the trend to open access is creating a new challenge for journals and publishers to differentiate themselves, compete, and provide some novel value to publishing authors, and they pay these large fees for APC. And just to go off script for a second here, that these are the two main purposes I think that on a business level we were trying to address using this new product. But on a different level, I think everyone on my team has a separate mission of just communicating science and bringing science to the masses, because we perceive there to be, I think everybody here would agree, that there is a very big gap between where scientists and researchers live in the ivory tower and the greater audience, the greater public, and certainly politicians. So I think we all have a different motive. We all have our own personal motives for trying to bring our passions, all of us are scientists, to bring our passions to the greater public and make people understand what kind of work is being done every day to advance science. So as I mentioned, the large arm of our company is AJE, which is just a very large group of PhD or a master's degree holding experts in various different disciplines. They've all been editing, many of them for many years, and a lot of them had writing experience. So we have this pool of editors with subject matter expertise and writing talent. And then we had a very small service called the Figure Formatting Service, which I was managing at the time, which again was a small group of scientists with illustration expertise. So we were able to leverage these two groups of people and pull out some interested parties in trialing this idea of creating video summaries or short animated summaries of academic papers in the most cost-efficient way and in a way that would communicate a topic accessibly to a broadly educated audience. So I've shown you here, I'm not going to go too deeply into it, but this slide basically on the bottom right shows the basic workflow for our product. So we're collaborating with editors and authors, in most cases both editors and authors, to write a script based on an academic paper. The script gets approved, and then we move into a storyboarding and voiceover recording of the script, and right into an animation. And again, the author, the editor, whatever stakeholders are involved with the project are able to review the video, ensure that it's accurate and true to the content. And then it goes up, you know, hopefully publicly. It's an open access video, so even though the article might be behind a paywall, the video is not, and it can be accessed on YouTube or Vimeo. Yeah, so that gives you an overview of what the product looks like. Now, these are just 4 different GIFs. They give you a sense of what the range of topics that we've been covering. We've made about, I'd say, in the area of 250 videos now, and they span a very large range of topics. So you can see chemistry in the upper right, it's mathematics, and bottom left, which is the vast majority of our videos, is you know, life sciences, and in the bottom right, you know, in the area of nutrition and exercise sciences. So this also gives you an idea of sort of this. We are not trying to do a very complex 3D type animation. In most cases, we're trying to keep the visual simple so that the message also stays simple. So this is going to be a very quick talk. I'm actually sticking to the 5-minute rule here. But this is something that we've put together very recently, and it stems from a question that we've received over the last 2 years that we've been working on this product. We often get asked, what's the point of this ultimately for authors, and what do they gain by having a video abstract? Is there any downstream benefit? You know, it's only been a couple of years, and so we're not able to really look at something like citations. That would probably take a few more years to understand whether there is an improved benefit of you know, improved discoverability that results in higher levels of citation as a result of having, you know, additional content with your article. But what we have been able to confirm is that the altmetric attention scores are much higher, 140% higher than articles without video abstracts. And this is a matched analysis of matched controls. Like I said, we're a team of scientists, so we tried to do this the right way and use appropriate controls to do this analysis. And then we even looked sort of within the same journal and then within or among all journals, and found that the rank, altmetric rank of journals that articles that have video videos were 33% higher than those that didn't have a video, and 18% higher when you look at across all journals. And so, you know, these were very promising results for us, because for a long time we were sort of in the dark. We weren't sure whether, you know, beyond having sort of a novel way of communicating research, and it's fun and people enjoy the process and enjoy seeing their research simplified in such a way that they could explain it to their mother. But beyond that, we didn't know much. We were sort of in the dark about these statistics. So it was very encouraging to know also that articles with video abstracts were accessed a lot more frequently than those that didn't have the video articles. And this is presumably because we link directly back to the article, you know, in the description field of every video that we create. So the idea is, if you want to find out more, and if you are a scientist and if you are in the field, then you're going to have more interest in something that has some content, some visual dynamic content attached to it. You'll even notice that there are p-values at the bottom of this. I'd be remiss not to include those.